The controversy started with the very device Donald Trump has often blamed when speeches did not go as planned. This time, however, the teleprompter itself was not at fault. In this fictionalized television segment, Seth Meyers opened by discussing reports that Trump's longtime teleprompter operator had come under investigation after allegedly making more than $100,000 through prediction market wagers connected to Trump's public speeches.
President Trump thanked Rudy Giuliani's son, Andrew, in a post yesterday on Truth Social for his work organizing the World Cup and added, quote, "Few people will ever be able to accomplish what he has done in elevating the World Cup to a level that nobody thought was possible." All right, calm down. It was already the biggest sporting event in the world. It's not like he sold 7 million pickleball tickets.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke. Donald Trump often appears on Fox, which is ironic because a fox often appears on Donald Trump's head. If you're at the Washington Post table with Trump and you can't finish your entree, don't worry, the fox will eat it.
When asked in a new interview about Senator Lindsey Graham's death, President Trump said the doctors told him that, quote, "a certain part of his body literally blew up." That's how they explained it to you, or that's how they eventually decided that they had to explain it to you? Yeah, he's not getting any of the medical language. Just say blew up. Donald Trump isn't exactly the most beloved world leader among his peers. At the G7 summit last month, he just kind of stood there while everyone around him chatted. Looks like he showed up to a swingers party without a +1. He's a -1. Also, dude, if you have nothing to do and no one to talk to, go hide in the background. Don't stand right out in front like you're the official mascot for the male loneliness epidemic. When asked in the same interview if Russia could have been involved in Senator Lindsey Graham's death, President Trump said, quote, "I don't know. I'd love to say yes, but I think he had some problems." I'm sorry, you'd love to say yes? God, wouldn't that be exciting? It'd be like straight out of Melrose Place. President Trump was set yesterday to meet with the 2025 Little League Softball World Series champions. Wow, still chasing that World Cup final high, huh? So what country are you kids from? This one? Get him out of here!
According to the reports referenced in the segment, the wagers centered on details such as specific phrases, discussion topics, and even the length of Trump's speeches, information that someone with advance access could potentially know before the public heard a single word. Meyers did not suggest that Trump personally directed or participated in the alleged betting. Instead, he focused on what he described as a contradiction in the administration's response. For years, Trump had built much of his political message around criticizing insiders who used privileged access for personal gain. He repeatedly argued that Washington was controlled by a rigged system where well-connected individuals benefited from information unavailable to ordinary Americans. Yet, according to the allegations discussed in the segment, someone working close enough to review presidential speeches before they were delivered may have turned that privileged knowledge into a financial advantage through prediction markets. The audience became noticeably quieter as Meyers outlined the reported timeline. The operator had allegedly worked alongside Trump since 2016 and was said to have regular access to finalized speech materials before public delivery. According to the reports cited during the segment, unusual betting activity was eventually flagged through prediction market monitoring systems, prompting federal regulators to examine the transactions. The White House later placed the employee on administrative leave while the matter was reviewed. Before Meyers had even completed his monologue, Trump publicly responded. Rather than addressing questions about how someone with access to sensitive presidential material could allegedly profit from that position, Trump criticized Meyers personally, calling him untalented, dishonest, and obsessed with attacking his administration. He also argued that virtually nobody watched the late-night program and suggested the entire controversy had been manufactured for political purposes. That response, however, created another line of criticism. If the program truly had so little influence, critics questioned how Trump had reacted so quickly and in such detail. Likewise, an administration that frequently promised strict accountability found itself answering questions only after outside monitoring systems reportedly detected unusual activity. For opponents, this raised uncomfortable questions about oversight and internal safeguards. Meyers then shifted the discussion back to Trump's campaign promises. During the election, Trump had pledged to lower everyday expenses, reduce grocery prices, bring down energy costs, and focus government attention on the financial concerns affecting American families. Instead, critics argued, the administration was now confronting headlines involving a prediction market investigation, debates over military spending priorities, disputes about advanced defense technology, and renewed tensions with Iran. For many older viewers across the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom, the story echoed a long-standing principle of public service. Government officials and those with privileged access have traditionally been expected to avoid not only actual corruption, but also situations that create the appearance of benefiting from confidential information. Public office carries responsibilities, and information obtained through that position is generally expected to serve the public interest rather than provide opportunities for private financial gain. As the fictional segment drew to a close, Meyers removed Trump's personal insults from the screen and returned the focus to the central issue. His point was that the controversy was never really about harsh words exchanged on television. The larger question was whether safeguards surrounding sensitive government information had been strong enough to prevent even the appearance of misuse. That, he argued, was the issue viewers should ultimately be considering.